Hi, this is Lauren and Cam from the LKS Address. Welcome back to our YouTube channel. This week we're going to be transforming our existing stair, which has blue carpet and an oak railing, and we're going to be transforming it into something that matches our style better and just kind of modernizing it to what our house is eventually going to look like. So we're going to take you through some of our inspiration images and our design plan for the space before we get to work. So let's check it out. Okay, so we start off every project by making a Pinterest board on inspiration. I've been saving for months. We knew we had a stair that we were going to make over, so I like to, anytime I see a picture that kind of strikes us, I save it. We use some inspiration from some of our favorite people, like Jean Stouffer Design. She has a really good eye for mixing traditional and keeping things fresh and modern, which is our goal in this house. We also looked at some other options, like here is an all black stair. What we liked about this stair is it's basically our same exact foyer configuration, so it's really good to see what it would look like. And also their runner is really nice, and we might think about adding one in the future. Then we looked at other combinations, like here is a white and black stair. We felt like this was too much white for our house because our walls are already white too. So we wanted it to be a little more dominant with black. Here's an all black stair. We've seen this a lot on the internet lately and Instagram and, all the design places. We really like the all black stair, but we wanted to switch it up just a tiny bit and not have it be so dramatic. So you'll see what our plan is. We developed a mood board for our foyer off of our design Pinterest board, and here it is. So we've got the black and white stair, as you can see in the lower right. In our last video, we painted the room. We painted it Chantilly lace. We installed Mitzi chandelier and a Mitzi ceiling light. As you can see on the mood board, we are going to be using the Stuga moonlight flooring throughout the whole house. So that will be in the foyer later, and we're not going to get to that right now. But then you can kind of see all these other elements that we're going to use to finish off the space, which you'll be able to understand better when we get to the next slide. So here, I like to also Photoshop some of the pictures of the house and see what it's really going to look like in our actual house. So I started off Photoshopping by layering in the new flooring, also layering in the new paint, kind of make it a blank canvas to see what this will start to shape up like. Then we added the paint for the stair. So you can see we're going to be doing an all black stair with white risers. We're going to be using Sherwin-Williams Tricorn Black and then just a pure white for the risers, which is going to be our trim paint later on. Adding in the chandelier and the ceiling light that we've already installed from Mitzi, and then finishing it off with some decor pieces. So this is like an antique mirror that we had in our condo. We bought a new table, some vintage art, a vintage runner. So in this video that you're watching right now, you're gonna see us get through the construction and building material aspect of the stair. And in the second video, we'll be finishing, painting, and decorating the whole room, minus the flooring and the trim. That's going to come later, but we'll be at a pretty good stopping point by the time these two videos are done. So let's get to it. The most logical first step to start off this project is remove the carpet. The carpet was held down by a ton of staples. If you've removed carpet from a stairs before, you understand this. And it was very time consuming, and this is going to be the common theme for the rest of the stairs. So remove the carpet, remove the staples, remove the padding, and then we have to start dealing with this overhang, which we'll get to. So I'm working on a first rough pass of sanding the stair to prep for paint, while Cam has moved on to removing staples, which is so much fun. It's actually a lot of work, and there are a ton of staples, so I'm sure he'll be glad when this part is done. Okay, so now that we have the carpet up, we need to start removing this overhang from the existing stair so that our new tread that's going to go on top will have its small bull nose, and that will be the only profile. This will be flush with a finished piece. And even though we saw that the proper way to do this on the internet was to use a circular saw to trim this edge off, we didn't have one. We tried to do it with our jigsaw. As you can see, very wavy, very time consuming. it would literally take Cam forever to do all 13 steps. So we've gone out and we just purchased a circular saw. So let's see how this goes now. Hopefully faster and easier. While Cam works on pulling out some more staples because we're at a standstill, we picked up the circular saw like I mentioned, and without proper skill, or without, maybe not proper skill, but just comfortability of using the tool, it's not gonna go well. It kicked back 3 times. I told Cam 3 strikes, you're out. We're gonna find another method. So tomorrow morning, we're gonna go to Home Depot and get a chisel, and we're just gonna try it the old-fashioned way, chisel and hammer. But we are determined to get these overhangs removed one way or another. Worst case, if we have to continue using the jigsaw and then finish off with the chisel, like, that's what we'll do. But we'll check back in. Hi everyone, it's a new day and we finally have a method that is working for these stairs. So we went out and bought a chisel this morning, and I am measuring the amount we need to remove and marking 1-inch lines across the entire tread. Cam is going in with the jigsaw and notching all of these, and then we are using the chisel to chisel them off. Definitely wouldn't call it like the easiest, well, let's say most streamlined method, but for us it's the easiest and most precise, and it's getting us the best result in getting these overhangs cut off. We spent a lot of time trying to remove these overhangs and quite literally chiseling away at them, chipping away at them. But in the meantime, before we wrapped up this phase of the project, we needed to go to Home Depot and start picking up our building materials. So we're going to be using pine treads from Home Depot, very basic, very affordable. We're going to be using, I think it's 1/4 inch ply for the risers, very thin plywood, and then for the landing, we're going to be using 3/4 inch birch sanded ply with the tread trim piece for the front. All the products that we use for the stair are going to be linked in a blog post below, so if you have any questions, feel free to comment or just check out our blog post for the information. Cam, tell us how our day is going today.
Absolutely terrible.
Why?
Because we went to South Elgin Home Depot. Lauren thought the Aurora location had a thinner finish piece, trim piece.
Yep.
We went to Aurora. It was the exact same as South Elgin. And then
Their saw was broke.
Oh yeah, the Aurora saw was broken. So we went to Menards because they had it pre-cut and cheaper than Home Depot. Didn't fit in the car. So now we're at our 3rd Home Depot of the day, 6 hours later. But you know what the highlight of the day is? We got the damn chips for dinner.
Are we going to be successful at this Home Depot trip?
80-20.
Okay, we'll check back in. Did we have success at Home Depot?
Yes.
Yes, we finally got our plywood for the landing. Now we have everything else we need to get these stairs done. Let's do it. We finally just unpacked our table saw, and Cam ripped all these stair treads down. There's the leftovers. We had to rip off 1 inch on each to get it the correct depth for our stairs. So now they're ready to go. Just gonna have to trim off the sides, which is gonna take a little bit of extra effort because nothing is square. So let's see how that goes. We measured all of these stairs that we're gonna do for now, and to keep all of our cuts in order, I've made a pile for cuts that require 90 degrees, so hopefully these work out. Very minimal angle, so I think it should be okay with some caulk and finishing. And then I made a pile for cuts that are not 90 degrees, so these are like 1 degree or half a degree. So just gonna make it easier for us. We're gonna quickly rip all the 90 degree first, and then work on the more difficult cuts after. Up to the most complex part of our stair project, the landing. Cam and I laugh that angles always find us somehow, and they make everything much more difficult. So I want to show you how we were able to cut the trim piece for this top landing. So as you see, the plywood there is going to be our finish, and we need to get the trim piece fitted, which has an angle over here. The whole thing is angled, and there's a bunch of things going on over here. It's wonderful. Okay, so I took 2 pieces and I taped them together to make the right length. So first I did this side, it's a little easier, made sure it fit in the corner, and this is exactly where this piece needs to sit. And then I came to this side, separate piece, got that to fit nicely in this corner, and then just taped them together so I knew the perfect width. And then I took this and transferred it to our piece of trim, and let me show you what the finished product looks like. Okay, and then this is the finished cut piece of the nosing trim. As you can see, it fits in this corner nicely, and also fits very nice over here. Have a little bit of gap, but we'll caulk that and it'll be perfect once it's installed. And we have really exciting news. We just finished all of the cuts for the landing. It took us a while, and it's definitely the most complicated part of the stair with the different nosing piece and trying to get the baseboards right and everything. But we have it all rough cut. It fits. Have some finishing touches to do to make sure everything's nice and tight. But this is a really big moment because now we only have easy cuts left to finish up the rest of the treads and risers, and we can start getting the stair painted, primed, and installed and finished, most importantly. And honestly, like, we feel like we've been working on this project for weeks in real life without very little to look at. So this little sense of accomplishment is really, really nice to see throughout our progress. And with that, let's get this stair dry fit. So as you can see behind me, the stair is put back together. All the finished pieces are installed, and we're really happy with it. Like, this has really like lit a fire under our ass so that we can get it painted and get it finished, because we're super motivated to see what the final product's gonna look like. Here's a quick walk up the stair to see what the dry fit looks like. Please stay tuned with us for our next video where we finish up this stair project in our foyer. And as always, thanks for watching. Please subscribe to our videos, and we'll see you next time.